Hey guys, alright, we're going to go ahead and get started. On this particular lesson, we're going to do a church painting using the gray overtone, using some matte colors, using the matte turquoise and some whites, and a lot of gray. So we're going to use the palette knife as usual, and we're going to start with a 14 by 18 canvas. You can use something close to this size, kind of use a size that's kind of tall vertically, more so than horizontal. Like a 16 by 20, 11 by 14, something not a square shape, but more of a elongated shape, like a 14 by 18. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do here, I have my black and white. I'm gonna mix it together to make my gray. Make a nice gray for my underpainting. Now this particular can is already gessoed, so I don't need to gesso it, so I'm just going to go ahead and add my gray to it. And here I'm using a sponge brush. Just going up and down. Just apply my gray over my entire canvas. And that's it. Take about 15-20 minutes to dry, and then we'll go ahead and start on our painting. Alright, now that the paint has dried, now I'm going to go ahead and outline our church. We're going to do a big church. Since this is a nice size canvas, medium size canvas, we're going to have to make sure that the church is pretty large and it takes up most of the canvas. So here what I'm going to do is try to do just a simple church, nothing too fancy. I am going to draw a rectangular here. And here I'm using a brush. You don't have to, you can use a pencil, you know. And I'm just going to use shapes. Here I'm going to use a kind of like a triangle right here. Stop it right there. Okay. Then I'm going to go up some more. Straight across. Let me get in front of it so I can see. Kind of like a rocket almost. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle here. And then a pointed shape here, cut it off, and then this top part like that. And that's pretty much it for the front part. This is my door, so I'm gonna round my door off right here. And now I want to make the sides of the church, kind of bring it out on both sides. Straight up. I'm gonna draw a diagonal line going down like that. Another one for the same side. Make sure I centered it right. Hope you guys can see that. And that's pretty much it right there. I just put a few lines here for grass and stuff like that. I'm gonna have this come out just a little bit here. And that's pretty much it. Okay, I can do a little window here too. Curve it around like an oval shape. And that's it. And I like how the church kind of takes up the entire canvas. So you want to make sure you draw your canvas big. You don't want all the empty space on the side unless you want to add something else around it, like trees or something. So, you know, there you go. And now I'm going to go ahead and start on the background. I'm going to use the a nice gray tone with turquoise matte color for the background, and then work my way to the church. Now I have my colors together for my background. Got white, black, and then some turquoise. And I'm going to mix in my white first with my black just a little bit, not too dark, like a nice color. Probably made put my colors too close, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Bring it over here. And I'm using the same plate that I created my background with, so that's why you see the dark gray. This is a nice gray right here, I like this. I'm just going to go ahead and start adding some this gray. Love this color scheme that we're working on for this section and for this course. This is a nice palette. Let some of the gray show. Not much, just a little bit. And when you're using your palette knife and you scrape up your paint, just kind of lightly just touch it and graze it a little bit and let some of that gray show. You don't have to fill in all the gray, unless you want to. For this particular painting, we're not. Get right here with the edge of the church. And I'm going down in a downward motion with my palette knife. Try not to put too much paint on my palette knife too. Just enough. If I put too much, it'll cover up the whole entire background. Get some white, just kind of mix it in a little bit. Give it a nice little unique effect. Go over here. I'm going to add some tab of that turquoise, mix it in. Ran out of white, we get some more white. You notice this has a little bit more white on my palette knife, which is okay. For this particular painting, it's okay if the paint is not even. Kind of like that. I'm going for that look for this particular painting. So now I'm going to add some of my gray. My turquoise, mix it in with the gray. And once I mix it in with the gray, it dulls down the intensity of the turquoise, so it's not as strong and as bright. So, which is cool. And basically, I'm just adding layers. I'm adding my turquoise layers now. And I'm trying not to put too much because I don't want the whole painting to be turquoise. I could, but I'm not for this particular painting. And that's about it. Get right at the edge right here. I want to have a nice defined church, so I want to get right up on the lines that I drew with my brush. I'm just going to go ahead and just add some of this gray here, and I can just add more to it later. Alright, now I'm going to paint my church. My church is going to be primarily white, just a hint of gray to it, but mostly white. I'm also going to add a little brown to it. So I have my white right here. church. But just a little bit of that gray show, not much. Not as much as my background. Because I definitely want the church to pop out. But I still want the consistency where I allow some of the gray to show. So. I'm using the tip of my brush, the tip of my palette knife to kind of control the paint. And I'm not going in any particular direction, I'm just kind of filling it in, kind of like icing on the cake. I'm going to use a palette knife, it's a little bit different than using a brush. Fill in this part right here. I'm gonna go right on my brush line right here, right up close to it. Same for this part here. As you know, I still kind of leave a little line to kind of define the shape of the church. I'm going to go back in with another color to kind of outline the church. So still kind of leave a little space in between. Forgive me if I'm a little quiet, kind of getting in the zone, so, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just filling it in. And now I'm going to do this part right here. Top part of the church, pointing up. I'm going to do a different color for that part. Definitely want this part to kind of come out a little bit. I like that. Alright, now that I have the background at the church, now I'm going to start adding my door, window, and the top part of the church, and then the ground. So we've kind of almost finished. Fairly quick and easy painting. Here I add my brown here, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this white to this brown here. Lighten it up. Might even add just a touch of that turquoise, just to kind of give it a little color to it. And I'm going to fill it in here, the church here. I'm going to also add a little bit of dark brown to it too. I'm going to mix in just a little bit of turquoise, just kind of give it a nice feel. Go over the shape of the door. And that's it. And now what I want to do is get my brown here. I'm going to outline the shape of the church. And White is still wet, which is okay. I had to go over it a couple of times, but that's okay. And I'm using the tip of my palette knife, so across like that. Light brown now. Outline the top part of this roof right here. Go around here. And for my window here, I'm going to add turquoise here. Kind of a grayish turquoise. I'm going to fill that in here for my window. Get a little of this brown to kind of define the shape of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Using the tip of my palette knife. That's it. A little line through here, just kind of give it some texture. You don't have to do this, but I love doing this. Give it a nice feel to it. And now I'm going to cover the top of my roof. Yeah, I'm going to add, I'm trying to decide if I want to do brown or black. I think I'm going to go with a little brown and some gray. You can see that. I'm going to fill this in right here. So I got a mixture of brown and gray. I wanted my top part of my church to be kind of dark. I like this color, so I might just add a little bit in here. Over here. Down here. Just a little bit over there. Now for my cross. I drew my top part of my church kind of high, so I'm just going to go up just a little bit here. And cross right across there. Hopefully you guys can see it. I just did a simple cross here. Kind of outline here. Put a little white here. Just kind of help define it so I won't get lost with that gray in the background. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this part right here. Trying to decide, do I want to make it grass or do I want to make it just gray all over? I think for this particular painting, since I already have this color, I'm just going to go ahead and make it gray all over at the bottom. Maybe a little bit different from up here, but you know, just kind of differentiate between the sky and the ground. So I'm going to add a little of this mixture that I already had on my plate right here. Kind of combination of the brown and the gray all together. Some of this white here. Again, I'm just painting in layers, one on top of each other, still allowing some of that gray from the background to show. And just a little bit of black here, just kind of define everything right here. Bit more color to it, turquoise here. and just a little bit over here. It's a tad bit of the turquoise in the church. Not much. Covered up just a little bit. Might have put a little bit too much. And that's it. Turquoise is a little bit strong here, so I'm just going to add some of this brown to it. An outline here. That should be it. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Here you see a nice big church with a nice, it has a nice texture with the grays and the browns and the turquoise and the whites. And it's a lovely paint. It's good to hang up in your home, a good gift to give someone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, email me. If you do this painting, I would love to see it when you finish. I would love to. So, thank you so much.